there's a criminal case against you and then threaten arrest unless you pay. They use police station backgrounds, fake documents and scare tactics to make it look real. They keep you under constant watch, isolating you from family till you give in. The question is, how long will this go on? Are agencies doing enough to crack down on this new cyber terror? Who is accountable for the lives being lost in this web of fear? And most importantly, what should you do if you are trapped in this? So here's the answer. Disconnect immediately. Don't engage. Call 1930, which is the cyber helpline. Immediately inform the cops. Freeze your bank account and keep evidence, because every message, every screenshot is crucial. This is a scam that thrives on fear. The only way to defeat it is with awareness and swift action. So, share the information and it could certainly save a life. Joining me on the show tonight is Kanesh Gore, who is a cybersecurity and public policy expert. Sanjay Sahai is former IPS officer, cybersecurity. We'll be also joined by two victims of this digital arrest. Kanesh, you are someone who has been raising this concern, and you and I have been discussing this over last few weeks. My question is that there is a campaign which is being run by the government that please don't be driven by fake callers, but still such cases like the one in Bengaluru are being reported. So who is to, where will it actually, where does it all lead to if these campaigns are not working?
So a lot of this is happening from outside the country. It is happening from countries like Cambodia, Laos, Vietnam, where India basically has no jurisdiction. And we don't even have treaties where we could stop this. And a lot of times you would see this is run out of casinos, which got shut down during COVID. And this is organized crime, which is being perpetrated, where people from countries like India, Bangladesh, Pakistan, Sri Lanka go on tourist visas, arrive in Thailand, and through special buses end up being in this camps and are being paid to do this. So today, this is not just an Indian problem, it is a problem of the entire region. So to stop this, we will have to take help of Interpol. We will have to take help of agencies within these countries to stop all of this kind of crime being perpetrated against India. They're also using a lot of new technologies, like they are using basically calling techniques where they are using satellite phone. Now, if you have to stop satellite phone-based communication, you will have to involve some of the technology service providers as well, because a lot of these calls come from satellite phones, and you will have to involve companies like WhatsApp, you will have to involve companies like Facebook today.
Yes,
because
but then the question would be,
is being perpetrated from.
What is then evidently becoming clear here is, Mr. Sahai, that law agencies are lagging behind the criminals.
It's not the law agency, the government itself is lagging behind enforcement, collaboration, literally anything and everything. And if the local police station is unaware of whatever is telecom intelligence and variety of other things, I don't think they can be squarely blamed for that. The reality of the whole situation is that the whole thing revolves around the telecom companies and the banking industry. I was in a conference with RBI where I gave them very crystal clear details as to how this can be stopped, at least by three things. So one is whitelisting of all government numbers. See, most of these calls, or nearly all the calls, come supposedly from government numbers. If there is a mechanism by which we can whitelist the government numbers, I think it would do huge service for the people who are falling victims. The second part is that we are not ready to tweak the core banking software. The core banking software very seriously believes that anybody who is getting a bank account opened, so that fellow is a genuine guy. At the back end, what happens when the money is transacted upon, it is sent to some 200, 300 mule accounts. And those 200, 300 mule accounts break into other mule accounts, into cryptocurrency and variety of things, till the time this web of deceit and web of financial transaction literally goes beyond understanding, leave aside catching the criminals. It is a very complex thing. Now, digital onboarding, that is dicey. People are the other parties, now telecom companies. How many telecom companies do dark web monitoring? There's hardly any company who does dark web monitoring. How many telecom companies have telecom intelligence, threat intelligence? That is not there. The commercial banks and the telecom companies, I'm not trying to exonerate the police, we'll come to the police for sure. But these two are the main players, and the government is not ready but for giving advisory after advisory. What does 1930 do? 1930, I think I've talked on this particular program earlier also, last year in some digital arrest program. So what is it? Just counts the numbers. Now today we are getting 1.9 million mule accounts, and very recently CBI has unearthed 8.5 lakh mule accounts. Karnataka carries some 65,000 mule accounts, and we have 700 branches which are very clearly connected to this. What are we doing about it? So we are not working on prevention, we are not working on enforcement. And my co-panelist, he has been talking about Cambodia, Laos, and all these places. Now these people are going through a nexus which is pretty well known. The guys are known, the route is known, and in the same way as this immigrant thing happens, it is also exactly happening in the same manner. And the people who are in this trade in a big way, they are left untouched. So my understanding is, and this campaign, leave aside everything else about your campaign and awareness and all that, we have not been able to somehow get across the first idea or the first fact that there is no digital arrest. In whichever way you do, it has to reach the last man. A political campaign reaches variety of other nonsense on WhatsApp University, reaches literally every single citizen of this country.
Yes.
Why it is not reaching is left. It is left for them to decide.
Sanjay Sahai,
but end to end,
the point that was made by Kanesh here was important. That platforms like WhatsApp, Facebook, Skype, Zoom, they will be playing a bigger role in flagging suspicious accounts. That is also the question, but I'm going to ask, perhaps raise it again, because we have Narish Sakna, who's a digital arrest victim, joining us. Mr. Saxena, please tell us about yourself. What was your experience like, and how much money did you lose?
No, fortunately, I did not lose any money. They told me that your arrest warrant has already been issued. Why? Then they told me that somebody has misused your Aadhaar card, opened an account in some Bombay bank, and money laundering, you are, for the money laundering, you will be held responsible. So I told them that I have not done anything like that. Bole, it appears that your Aadhaar card has been misused. But anyway, if you help us and cooperate, we can clear you. We can clear you. So now tell us how much money you have in the banks and lockers and this and that, and have you submitted your income tax ITR returns? So I said, okay, you can see everything and I will inform you everything. I started informing them everything. Now after some time, and before that they told me that don't go out of the house and shut all the doors and windows and this and that, and don't go out. So my family members got suspicious. I did not. But my family members got suspicious.
So you were in this digital arrest for how many hours, Mr. Saxena?
Around 4 hours.
So in 4 hours you realized that there was something wrong here?
No, I thought they are nice people. They are helping me and they are asking. They told me that as soon the tomorrow bank will be open at 10 a.m. and we will like to verify your accounts. If you are in your account, whether the money is coming and going or all that, if it is clear, then we will say you will be freed. So.
But you were under supposed digital arrest for 4 hours.
I was. But since my daughter-in-law got suspicious, she informed my daughter that I am not coming out of the room to take even dinner. So they all broke open my room and snatched away the phone and shut it. That's how I was saved, actually.
Okay, and this happened in which year?
This very year.
Okay. Which month would you tell our viewers?
It was 5-6 months before.
Okay, so
Yes.
6 months ago, perhaps Mr.
Yeah,
Narish Sakna
yeah.
faced it, but his family was very alert in actually figuring this out. But the question that was raised here, Sanjay Sahai, of the role of various platforms. You know, can WhatsApp, Zoom, Skype flag suspicious accounts?
Actually, technically and legally they can, but that they are not doing it and leave aside WhatsApp and Telegram and other the digital platforms. Airtel is not able to do that, and Airtel says that this is a scam phone, and that scam call might be it's a business related and something which is not as dangerous as the calls leading to digital arrest and all that. Point is whether we have a law which can enforce collaboration of the digital platforms with the investigative agencies and also at the preventive level. It is not going to happen independently by the digital platform until the sovereign state gains some control through their legal apparatus and mechanism and is able to show it to that particular company that this is the way you need to operate in our country. And they do in a couple of places. They do in, as far as the Western Europe is concerned, GDPR and all that, and certainly they do in the US. So until we have mechanisms put in place where in a structured manner for anti-money laundering, this is precisely money laundering. So for anti-money laundering activities, if we keep it calling just simple cybercrime, that is not going to make a great impact. There is no denying the fact that these platforms need to be brought on board. But what has happened from the other side? You have these intermediary rules and all that for all these platforms. There we have gone for a very, very adversarial and a very combative relationship with this platform. And that is not yielding any results. But outside of these platforms also, there are enough sufficient, comprehensive and intensive methods by which we will be able to control this. If we were interested in controlling it, it will need huge amount of resources, primarily expertise and the domain knowledge and technology behind it. If we are able to control somehow the digital onboarding, and we are able to control the transactions related to the mule account. Now, 8.5 lakh accounts which CBI has uncovered in last couple of days. What have we done with those accounts? 700 branches. What we have done with these officers? Why in the core banking software we don't have capabilities wherein if a transaction happens in say 10 seconds, 20 seconds, or it is broken down to 200 accounts, so it can be automatically stopped. So the problem lies in those phone numbers. The problem lies the way people are transported out of India. The problem lies in the mule account, and the problem lies in transaction and the incapability of the enforcement mechanism to be, they might know the rules of the game, to be persistent and keep those resources on a regular basis in a very, very combative mode.
So there is a piece of breaking news that is coming in, Sanjay Sahai. We also have the other victim joining us, Madiha Reshamwala, is again joining us. She'll be sharing her story in just a bit. So let's break the piece of breaking news that is coming in now. The Central Bureau of Investigation has actually come up with a press release in which they have said that in order to combat this cybercrime and digital arrest scams, it has conducted searches at multiple locations which happened today. It happened across 7 states, which includes Bihar, Madhya Pradesh, Kerala, Punjab, Andhra Pradesh, Rajasthan, and has so far seized voluminous incriminating evidence, including mobile phones, bank accounts, opening documents, transaction records, and KYC papers. And the operation has also led to the arrest of 3 individuals for their active role in facilitating and operating mule bank accounts used to channel and conceal proceeds of various cyber frauds. How do you look at this development, Kanesh Gore?
See, this is just the starting. You require more work to be done. This is one such activity which has been done by CBI. But this needs to be done on real-time basis because a lot of times these cyber criminals move from one location and set up location with other places. The biggest issue is a lot of times the local police gets involved, and by the time the local police reaches these places, these people already run away or have shut down their setup. Now, what you require is constant surveillance and monitoring of these scam centers, which are operating in various parts of the country, tracking back the IP addresses and basically taking them down on a real-time basis. This would also require more cooperation between the law enforcement agencies under the Ministry of Home Affairs, the I4C division, to work on a constant basis because they have tremendous amount of data. The cyber criminal reports which are filed is with I4C. So I4C, MHA, and CBI will have to work together to ensure there is more takedown which is happening to help some of these victims who have lost tremendous amount of money, 7 crores, 8 crores, 1.5 crores.
No, but that money won't be recovered. Can that money be recovered, or should
100%.
people just resign to the fate that that money is gone forever?
The money can be recovered. The money can be recovered if you catch these organized gangs, because these are set up mule accounts and there are businesses.
No, but Kanesh, haven't they moved that money through multiple accounts already?
They have, but it is a full chain. It is a full chain. If you track, if you do analysis, the money would have also moved to crypto. But there are techniques and procedures through which you can track crypto accounts as well. There are crypto accounts you could be shut down. You can work with international agencies like Interpol to do seizure of these accounts. You can work and ensure that this money is not accessed by those cyber criminals.
Okay.
So you will have to build up the technology capacity to actually do this work on ground. So the government will have to take initiative to actually do more work in this space. Technically, it's possible. Other countries, you have seen FBI make those arrests. You have seen the National Crime Agency of the UK make those arrests. So the government of India will have to take us through this journey of taking the initiative there. They want to protect the Indian citizen who is lending tremendous amount. You said 2,000 crores. I believe the figure is 10 times than that. 2,000 crores is actually what is being reported.
Okay.
People who have been under digital arrest, a lot of times don't come forward and even report to the police.
Unfortunately, there is a lot of shame, humiliation, which seem to be associated with it. And that is the reason why it actually continues, because they thrive on fear and they choose a particular age group as well. But Madhya is young and she has also been a victim. Madhya, please tell us your story.
Yes, I hail from Madhya Pradesh, and there's no less. I have been a victim to digital arrest as well. And I had ordered a parcel through an Instagram portal, and it was considered to be one of the genuine, pages. And during that time, I had confirmed with few of my friends because they had pre-ordered stuff from the particular page on Instagram, and they noted it to be a genuine page. But unfortunately, that page at that time was hacked by, these people that are doing the digital arrest, and that is why they had schemed and put up some stories wherein the items were at a sale price, at a 50% off price. And definitely, as online shopper, you are tend to tempted with these activities of sale and offers and 50%. So on that pretext, still, I am not a person that usually orders online. So I just went about going, like a small amount. Let me just invest and see. But during the course of time, I forgot that I had ordered the parcel. And within a week, since I did not receive a parcel, I received a call with regards to my parcel that your parcel was scheduled to come. And since your parcel is with the officers here, with the custom officers, and what you had ordered, and it all started, the scam started tricking me and tipping me. And though as it was the initial stage of this digital crime, and I wasn't aware. So I just kept on, coming in their talks. And they tried to, take an arrest warrant out in my name. They were trying to clear me out on the same basis. There was a property seizure under my name. And a lot of questions they were asking me, because definitely when I ordered the parcel, I provided my personal details, like my name, my address, and certain things like that.
How much money did you lose in this entire digital arrest, Madhya?
I should say I was saved, and they tried tricking me in for 3 hours, 3.5 hours. I was under digital arrest. And like how Mr. Narish Sakna said, I did not lose money. My money was saved because when they asked me for a certain transfer into a certain account and things like that, that's when I got alert, and I contacted other people and reported the the cybercrime departments and stuff. So luckily I was saved. But, with the youngsters that I work around and in the field that I am, I have started taking lessons and lectures and, giving little bit workshops and preaching the ladies, especially that are at home, senior citizens that do not have any self-care, and those that are related to me due to my field of work. I try to train them to, how to handle these calls and what precautions they can take to avoid such a digital arrest.
Yes, and caution is key here, because they thrive on your fear. Don't be fearful.
Absolutely.
If there is any individual, Sanjay Sahai, you'll get the last word here as someone who's aware of how things are. 30 seconds to you, sir. What will you tell everyone watching the show?
You're talking to
Hello.
me.
Sanjay Sahai, sorry.
You told Sanjay Saxena, so I
Yes,
got
I know.
confused. Whether I was a victim or a cop, I found it difficult to decipher.
Yes.
So the first and foremost thing is that let it be known to everybody that there is nothing called digital arrest, and anything which happens in the name of digital arrest can be completely disconnected by switching off your laptop and your mobile phone. That is the message I want to send it across to all the people. And as far as the government and the enforcement agencies are concerned, I think they will have to work out on the SIM cards, and they will have to work on the mule accounts. And together only this is going to happen, because most of the people who are getting impacted are either elderly or they are well educated or both. And if these people can be taken into a system where they have started believing that everything is legal and genuine, I think this smoke screen has to be broken.
All right, Narish Sakna, Sanjay Sahai, Kanesh Gore and Madhya, really appreciate your time. Thank you for joining us.
Thank
Shifting
you.
focus to another story now. Mamata Banerjee is back in campaign mode. And tonight, she is raining fire on the BJP. In a blistering attack, Bengal Chief Minister, who led a protest in Kolkata against the alleged harassment of Bengali-speaking people in BJP-ruled states, said she is ashamed of BJP's attitude towards them. Her charge is explosive in nature. She has gone on to say that BJP calls Bengali speakers Rohingyas. BJP is sending Bengalis to detention camps. These are strong words that are coming in. What is evident now is that the Chief Minister has made an identity pitch ahead of the crucial polls next year. First up, let's listen in to what Mamata Banerjee said and also what the Leader of Opposition in Bengal Assembly, Shubhendu Adhikari, had to say.
এনআরসির নামে একটা নোটিফিকেশন জারি করেছে। আমি দেখলাম নোটিফিকেশনটা ফেব্রুয়ারি মাসে এই 25 সালে ইলেকশনের এক বছর আগে, যে যাকেই সন্দেহ হবে জেলে গিয়ে 1 মাস রেখে দিতে পারো। বিনা বিচারে 1 মাস রেখে দেবেন? তার মানে হোয়াট ইজ দিস? এটা মোর দ্যান এমার্জেন্সি। ইন্দিরা গান্ধীকে গালাগালি দিয়ে সুপার এমার্জেন্সি ডে পালন করলেন। তাহলে আপনারা কি করছেন? ইট ইজ মোর দ্যান এমার্জেন্সি এন্ড ইললিগাল ডিটেনশন।
মমতা হাঁটছে রোহিঙ্গা মুসলমানদের সাপোর্ট করে, আর আমরা এসেছি, আমরা মিছিল করে এসেছি রোহিঙ্গা মুসলমানদের না ভোটার লিস্টে বাদ দিতে। সব ফর্কি এপিকার আধার কার্ড বানিয়ে দিয়েছে মমতা। বিহারে যদি 30 লাখ বাদ চলে যায়, এখানে 90 লক্ষ আছে। রোহিঙ্গা মুসলমানদের হাতে বাংলা যেতে দেওয়া হবে না, 7 শেখের হাতে বাংলা যেতে দেওয়া হবে না। খেলা হাঁটছে রোহিঙ্গা মুসলমানদের বাঁচানোর জন্য, আর আমরা এসেছি বিহারের মতো সমস্ত রোহিঙ্গাকে বাদ দিতে হবে। কোন রোহিঙ্গা মুসলমানের নাম ভোটার তালিকায় থাকবে না, থাকবে না, থাকবে না। খালা মমতা কান খুলে শুনে রাখবে।
It's the same identity pitch that Mamata Banerjee has decided to play on Shreyasi, something that has yielded electoral dividends for her.
Absolutely. While the West Bengal Chief Minister and the chairperson of the Trinamool Congress is once again invoking Bengali pride or Bengali Ashmita, through showing herself as the guardian of the Bengali migrants who are working across the country and especially being allegedly targeted in BJP-ruled state. The BJP here has said that she is, carrying out these protest rallies in support of Rohingyas or illegal migrants who have been given voting rights here in the state of West Bengal. And all this is playing out at a time when Bihar, which is, gearing up for elections this year, has seen the SIR, the exercise undertaken by the Election Commission of India, where almost 34 lakh voters were left outside the electoral roll revision. And the Bengal government and the Trinamool Congress is preempting such a step that will be taken here in West Bengal ahead of the elections next year. And that's why Chief Minister Mamata Banerjee today hit the road after a long period of break. Even the monsoon could not deter her to take the message that the BJP is anti-Bengali while the Trinamool Congress is pro-Bengali, a political pitch that is unfolding here in West Bengal, not just by the Trinamool Congress, but ahead of the Prime Minister's visit day after tomorrow here in the state, where he will be addressing a public rally.
All right, Shreyasi, appreciate your time. Let me bring in our newsmaker right now. Shashi Panja is Bengal Cabinet Minister. Ms. Panja, really appreciate your time. Ma'am, my question is, why is Mamata Banerjee now opposing the special intensive revision to clean up West Bengal's voter list when she herself had once demanded action against illegal Bangladeshi voters in Parliament? What happened to the list of Bangladeshi voters that Mamata Banerjee claimed to possess in the Lok Sabha polls of 2005? And let me ask an additional question. Why has it never been submitted to the Election Commission or made public till now?
Maria, good evening. And whatever reaction that you see from Mamata Banerjee, it emanates from the hatred which has been spewed against Bengal and Bengalis. One. Secondly, we know, because we also stand for elections, that the Election Commission goes through a systematic revision in annually, almost about, not even annually, I would say three or four times a year. It has been an exercise in the past also. We do revision of the rolls, we have our sets of objections, everything is there. So is BJP or is the Election Commission trying to say that all those revisions which have taken place as recent as even January 2025, the roll which has come out is full of errors? So what was the Election Commission doing all these years? Third, documents that you and I carry, which have been used as ID to identify myself as a voter, and all the elections which have been happening not only in Bengal, in India, these these documents were absolutely okay even in the Lok Sabha 2024. What happened then? And fourth, this consistent narrative of the Bengal BJP, the Bengal BJP and the BJP root states suddenly pouncing among these migrant workers. The example in Delhi, those people in that Vasant Kunj area have been staying for many years now. They have been working as workers out there. They have those documents. Verification has also been done from the district. But because you're speaking a language, Bengali, that's why they are being told, go back or push back. And some of, the attempts in the BJP ruled states to pick up these migrant workers and, airlifting them to Agartala and other places and trying to push them into Bangladesh. Just because you're speaking Bengali. And imagine the audacity of the Chief Minister of Assam, where you have, I think, nearly 40% people who speak Bengali because they've been staying in Assam for that many years. They may be speaking Bengali, but they're in Assam. So he's saying whoever write in Bengali, identify them because they are Bangladeshis. What are we heading to? And the SIR, we have no objections. The idea is this SIR could be discussed with all the parties. You see, there is not just one single party with a single candidate in this country. It is a multi-plural democracy.
Okay.
It is a multi-party democracy.
Okay.
So why were not all parties taken on board by the Election Commission? Even we would have certain humble suggestions to make.
Okay. Ma'am, in her own words, the Bengal Chief Minister once said, and I'm quoting her, West Bengal has become a playground for terrorists. They hold the same voter cards as we do. Why is she now then protecting the very system she once called a threat to national security? Why is the TMC leadership then refusing to acknowledge or investigate the presence of illegal migrants or infiltrators on the voter rolls? I mean, if it is about voter cleanup, then shouldn't you be also backing the move, because you had suggested that there is a problem within the system in Bengal?
No, this is not a voter cleanup. This is to disenfranchise voters, proper legal voters. Now, the point is, if suddenly they start talking about infiltration, this happened also in 2021, in which they would say, Ghuspetia and things like that. Well, it is the border security force which guards the borders of states which are sharing international borders, be it West Bengal, be it Punjab. You see, we share international borders. We don't guard our borders. The border security force guards them. So why was the border so porous? So that is one. Now, the second one is, each time I was hearing that you were giving out a statement of the leader of opposition in Bengal, in which he says Rohingyas, and that we are trying to protect Rohingyas. Who are Rohingyas? And why will we try to protect them? You see, this is an issue which India has to take up with Myanmar. It's not, we can't handle this issue, can we? And why try to create as if Bengal, just because they speak Bengali, well, Bengali is also spoken besides in Bengal, in Tripura. So are you going to throw everybody out? Or in Assam? And is this the second largest or most spoken Bengali? So anybody who speaks Bengali will be Bangladeshi. I mean, look at the logic. And who's defending the Rohingyas and who's protecting them? Let them be more strict at the borders. We don't want infiltrators. Who said we want infiltrators? Why is this being pushed on us as if we are trying to guard somebody? Of course, voter cleanup is required. We also have a set of complaints. But if it's going to be a cleanup just like a Maharashtra model or a Delhi model, we are not going to accept that. Where you will put in your set of voters, just like they manipulated in Maharashtra and in Delhi. Haven't we seen that? Well, that model is not going to work out in Bengal.
All right. Those are strong words coming in there from Dr. Shashi Panja, who is a minister in Mamata Banerjee's cabinet in Bengal. Dr. Panja, I appreciate your time. Let's bring in Priyanka Tibrewal, who is the secretary of the BJP in West Bengal. Ms. Tibrewal, the BJP not once but twice had made a formal representation to the Election Commission claiming that there are 17 lakh plus duplicate voters in Bengal. My question is, what concrete evidence does the party have to support that claim? And does this include these illegal voters that you're talking about? The larger question here is that the TMC says that this is about disenfranchisement rather than a scrutiny of cleanup.
Hi, very good evening, Maria. I don't understand if it is just an allegation, and if there is no truth beyond whatever we are alleging, then why is the TMC government so scared? Why is it scared that, people will, their names will be struck out from the voter list? Whose names will be struck out from the voter list? Who are these people for whom Mamata Banerjee is wanting to walk on the streets? See, the theory is very simple. Mamata Banerjee is a queen of drama. So this political theatrics, now people understand very well. Every alternate day or thrice or 4 times in a month, there are offices where you are getting fake voter IDs, you find fake passports, documents where these officers are issuing these voter IDs and cards to people who are coming from Bangladesh by crossing the border. And this has been caught number of times in West Bengal. Now she's saying that anybody who's speaking Bengali, they are being caught all over in the India and they are being thrown out. And I'm asking them to come back to Bengal. Of course she wants them to come back to Bengal because they are the people whom this government has issued fake documents. And I am saying this, that there is content in whatever I am saying. These are the same people who have come from Bangladesh. Now Mamata Banerjee is saying that this is the job of the BSF. There are so many times when the Home Ministry recently thrice has written to Mamata Banerjee that allot us land acquire the land and please give it to the Home Ministry so that the fencing, which is incomplete, can be done. But Mamata Banerjee doesn't want that the fencing should be done. See, in the name of Bengali Ashmita, I am telling you, she's trying to bring those people under shelter who also speak Bengali. But these Bengali-speaking people are from Bangladesh. These Bengali-speaking people are from the Rohingyas from Myanmar. Now she's saying Bengali. No, Bengal belongs to the Bengalis of Bengal, but not to the people who are speaking Bengali from Bangladesh and who are the illegal immigrants who have entered our country. Mamata Banerjee is trying to play this soft card of Bengali, and she knows that, people will get attracted if she goes on the streets and say this. But people are no more fools. And it may be that people do not have a fake PhD degree from any Georgia University, but people of Bengal are now educated enough and sane enough to understand whose rights Mamata Banerjee is trying to craft.
But Priyanka, there has been a genuine concern with regards to marginalized communities in Bihar, where the exercise is ongoing right now, the SIR. My concern then is, how will the BJP address the concerns that targeting illegal voters actually might lead to harassment of the poor or the marginalized communities and the mobile population of the state?
No, I will tell you, in the past decade, we have seen that how effectively, how effectively technology has taken place, and that goes right to the roots, where there were accounts which were opened, Jan Dhan accounts. We have seen everything. So the way they are trying to portray, that very marginalized people, migrant people, they don't know anything, that is not the fact. Now, each and every person, I believe, is conscious about their rights. They are conscious about their documents, their voter cards, their Aadhaar cards, everything. Now, if there is no match between the voter list and their documents which they are carrying, so that means that there is definitely something to be taken care of. So why is Mamata Banerjee scared? Because this has not been done by the BJP. This is the Election Commission who wants to go for this special intensive revision in the voter list. And if this is done, I believe that it would be good for each and every state. Because that is the way we will come to know that who are the illegal people who are in any other state. I do not say that all the illegal immigrants who are coming from Bangladesh are settling down in Bengal. They may be going elsewhere. They are going to Bihar. They are going to Assam.
But Ms. Tibrewal, the fact is that the entire narrative that Mamata Banerjee managed to build in 2021 assembly elections did backfire on the BJP when she projected the BJP leadership as that of an outsider, and she is fighting for the linguistic identity. That is why she's saying that all Bengali-speaking people are being targeted. She is someone who stands up for Bengali pride.
Now, exactly. This is where I say that people of Bengal are now sane enough to understand these kind of theatrics. Mamata Banerjee is not worried about those Bengali-speaking people who have lost their jobs because of the corruption of Mamata Banerjee and her government. Mamata Banerjee is not bothered about those Bengali-speaking doctors of Arjikar who was raped. She's not bothered about that Bengali girl who was raped in a government law college. She is not bothered about those Bengalis whose rights she has curtailed, and she has given high-profile government jobs to the outsiders who are not Bengalis. Although these jobs, the Bengali-speaking people also deserve to get these jobs. But she hasn't given them all those jobs. So who are these Bengalis about whom Mamata Banerjee is bothered? These are the Rohingyas. These are the illegal immigrants from Bangladesh who speak Bengali also.
All right, Priyanka Tibrewal, appreciate your time. Thank you so much for joining us. Shifting focus to another story now, in what clearly appears to be a fresh escalation in the Middle East, Israel has struck key targets in Syrian capital of Damascus amidst days-long sectarian clashes in the country between government forces and Druze armed groups. Visuals, in fact, show Syria's defense ministry attacked in the background of the broadcast of a local channel. The escalating violence is the most serious threat yet to the ability of Syria's new rulers to consolidate control of the country after the ouster of longtime despotic leader Bashar al-Assad in December last year. Israel Prime Minister Netanyahu has claimed that Tel Aviv is only trying to protect the Druze people. Listen in.
אחיי אזרחי ישראל הדרוזים, המצב בסווידה, המצב בדרום מערב סוריה, הוא חמור מאוד. צה"ל פועל, חיל האוויר פועל, כוחות אחרים פועלים. אנחנו פועלים כדי להציל את אחינו הדרוזים וכדי לחסל את כנופיות המשטר. ועכשיו יש לי בקשה אחת מכם. אתם, אזרחי ישראל, אל תעברו את הגבול. אתם מסכנים את חייכם, אתם יכולים להירצח, אתם יכולים להיחטף, ואתם פוגעים במאמצים של צה"ל. ולכן אני מבקש מכם, חזרו לבתיכם, תנו לצה"ל לפעול.
The past few days saw dozens of civilians and military forces killed in intense clashes between Druze armed factions and Sunni Bedouin tribes alongside Syrian government forces in the country's Sweda province. What started as a series of tit-for-tat kidnappings spiraled into series rounds of fighting as tensions have simmered between the Druze and Syria's new Islamist-led government, which led the movement that toppled President Bashar al-Assad in early December. The interim government has promised to include the Druze, a small Islamic offshoot largely based in Syria, but has so far kept the authority. The Druze, like other minority groups in Syria, have been skeptical of those promises. Meanwhile, the Israeli army struck near the entrance of the Syrian Ministry of Defense in Damascus. Israel has launched a series of airstrikes on convoys of government forces in southern Syria since the clashes erupted and has beefed up forces on the border. It threatened to further intervene to back the Druze in the country. A number of Druze live in the Israeli-controlled Golan Heights and are related to those in Syria.
Hello, Moto.
Motoola, India's leading AI smartphone brand.
Fenesta windows, beautiful and durable designs. Installation से मेंटेनेंस की लाइफ लॉन्ग कस्टमर सर्विस. आपके घर में फिनेस्टा नहीं है तो कॉल कीजिए.
Fine Finer Fenesta.
Some say sport is a matter of life and death. The truth is, it is far more serious than that. Sport is about ecstasy and agony, about pain and suffering, about joy and much more. Some say there's no one better to tell these stories. So here I am. Join me, Boria Majumdar, on India's #1 news network.
कर रहे हो सर मेरी आप तो एक मेरा Gaikwad is running away from NDTV's questions.
That issue is not before the High Command. It was not discussed so far.
Kolhapuri couples costing $1,300.
The noise we made finally got heard, and it's so nice that somebody took action on it.
Pictures and videos of women that were taken in the Bengaluru metro. Now on Church Street and other prominent places in Bengaluru, we managed to arrest both of them.
Where are these headlines?
EP's big political statement says no coalition government, only AIDMK government in Tamil Nadu. Pune Posh case explodes shocking excuses of the juvenile in the court. Drunk, fatal speeding, not heinous enough for the Juvenile Justice Board. MP Congress MLA's son runs over police. No arrest so far. Attempt to murder case, but the VIP son roams free. Rahul Gandhi takes on Himanta Biswa Sarma during his visit to Assam. Rahul Gandhi says Himanta will be jailed one day.
Presented by Canara Bank. Together we can.
Luxury brand Prada is in damage control mode. and they are already in Kolhapur. Days after a massive outrage over their campaign featuring images shot in front of sacred temples, the Prada team has landed in the city. And the outrage wasn't just about them using it in their showcase event. It was about identity and respect. The brand, in fact, faced a social media storm, legal complaints and calls for a boycott, and now in a rare team is in Kolhapur trying to undo the damage. But the big question is, can an apology fix what clearly has been an insult to the artisans of Kolhapur? Prada Singh is a designer who joins us, and Mayank Chaudhary is our fashion editor. He joins me here in the studio. Prada Singh, this is visible damage control by Prada, but one would say that it's good that they have visited and met the artisans in Kolhapur to understand the effort which it takes to build to make a Kolhapuri chappal.
Yeah.
So, do you think more such luxury brands must travel to their source of inspiration centers here in India?
I think that goes without saying that they have to do this. It is an imperative. It is not a choice. And we are at a time where we are talking about GI tags and we have to know where the craft comes from. And when we take away that identity of the craft and just present it as a fashion product, I think we just kill a culture by doing that. We just kill a craft by doing that. And I think that is totally not acceptable nowadays. Also, having said that, I would also say that we also have to learn to value our craft more. We have to learn to give more to our artisans, and we have to be more responsible towards safeguarding our own culture and not only just react when somebody else has done it.
But the other argument which Mayank here has been telling us repeatedly and quite convincingly is that, whatever said and done, at the end of the day, Prada ensured that Kolhapuri chappals make it to Cannes.
Yeah, the global map everywhere.
Global map.
Everyone's
Yes.
talking about it, and they have done this. Of course, they are in a clear damage control mode, as you said, and but in a way, of course, they have done us a great favor. The artisans a great favor. I will say this. I don't want to disrespect anyone, and yes, artisans should be given the credit. That is non-negotiable. But yes, Prada in a way has done a brilliant thing for our culture. They've put our footwear, something as simple as Kolhapuri chappals, on global map, and I can guarantee that next season, like it bags, it footwear, Prada Kolhapuris would be the it footwear, it shoes.
No, and you have already now the Louis Vuitton.
The auto rickshaw bag. Yes.
So there has been a lot of adaptation of that nature.
Absolutely.
But I think here the case is also of a brand which is not realizing that it should not stop at an apology. This visit will ensure that the artisans of Kolhapur, Prerna, will get their due. That if it is about an IP, because these chappals are GI tagged, they should get their due. They should share the luxury item. If it is, if Prada sells it, it sells for a few lakhs. Than what these artisans sell here in India for a few thousands.
Yeah. The point I would like to make here is the very fact that the team has visited now after the show is over, and there's been so much outrage about it, and the team has made it a point to visit now, means that they have realized that something needed to be done. And now we are at a time when everything is on social media. Earlier on, had this happened before the Instagram time and everything, probably a lot of people would not even have come to know. Only people in the fashion industry or who follow what's happening with various international brands, they would have talked about it. Now everything is out there on social media. So there's so much more talk about it, and the team has realized that they need to do something about it. Again, we are not saying that an international brand cannot come and work with our artisans. It's great they've put Kolhapur on a global map and everything. But I think if the identity is not revealed at the right time, then what good does it do to the artisans? Also, I would like to say one thing, since I work with a lot of artisans and all the work that we do is completely handcrafted. And I've seen some of these young artisans who start working at our unit. They were really young. They were like 16, 17, 18. And now they have kids. And I've realized that they also have aspirations like us. You know, we think only we have aspirations to become a big brand. But they also have aspirations as simple as mere bachche ko English medium school bhejna hai mujhe, or I want to get like an iPhone for myself and things like that. And we can't work without them. They can still work without us, So it's high time that we start giving that respect to the artisan and we start taking more pride in our own craft.
Yes. Okay, let me give you the last word here, on the last word tonight.
Yes, I think Prada has acknowledged what it's done. Now, the interesting thing is what's next. Does it stop only as like a field trip to India and Kolhapur district? Okay, we've gone, we've understood your craft, now bye-bye. Or do they take an action? It also...
what will be the nature of this action?
I think they need to, I think a brilliant way would be manufacturing these products here, involving the artisans at a grassroots level, giving them a percentage of the sale or giving them the manufacturing order. I think that's really what creative collaboration is about.
That's actually beautifully put here, Mayank. Thank you so much for joining us and Prerna Singh on the show tonight. The entire discussion on ndtv.com. That's all from me. Thanks so much for watching.
Hello, Moto.
Motorola, India's leading AI smartphone brand.
Finesta Windows, beautiful and durable designs. Installation से मेंटेनेंस की लाइफ लॉन्ग कस्टमर सर्विस. आपके घर में फिनेस्टा नहीं है तो कॉल कीजिए.
Find Finer Finesta.
आप एक गुंडे कैसे बिहेव कर रहे हो? सुनो मेरी आप तो एक मेरा गायकवाड is running away from NDTV's questions.
That issue is not before the High Command. It was not discussed so far.
Kolhapuri couples costing $1,300.
The noise we made finally got heard, and it's so nice that somebody took action on it.
Pictures and videos of women that were taken in the Bengaluru metro, now on Church Street and other prominent places in Bengaluru. We managed to arrest both of them.
We are bringing you now, for the very first time, is that the Air India preliminary crash report is out.
This 15-page report into 10 key findings of what really is being said in this probe report.
What's reporting without impact? NDTV 24/7.
But I'd like to start this off by asking you, Vishnu, what you think about the whole question of India not having stealth fighters right now.
It's a huge
Everyone's
problem.
trying to sell them to us as well.
It's a huge problem, Shiv. Let's face it, in as much as we love the Rafale aircraft and the Indian Air Force is completely vouching for it, perhaps they'd like more than 100 more. The Indian Navy has just gotten into an order for 26 Rafale M aircraft. There is a generation gap between the Rafale and the stealth. There is a good reason why a stealth platform is called a 5th generation aircraft and a Rafale is a 4th or 4th